Hi Taurus, welcome to your November reading. My name is Linda. I've already shuffled the decks that I'm going to use for your reading today and thrown down your spread. What we have here is where you are now, the challenge you face, the resources you can use, wow, the hidden forces, the potential outcome. Oh my goodness. Well, this is quite something here. We'll get into it in a second. But there's a lot of things that are jumping out to me. Every card in the reading feels really strong and very loud and very profound. But what's really jumping out to me is that you have the moon and the sun here in the reading on the bottom line. Let's take one rune here. The rune's going to give us a little bit more insight on what your spiritual lesson is at this time in relation to the situation and events that you're going through at the moment. So what do we have? Oh, we have Wunjo. This one is about joy. It did come out in reverse, but I felt like it was mixed up in my hands. I'm going to put it that way. All right, where you are now, Two of Cups upright, the challenge you face, the world, and the resources you can use, Queen of Wands. This feels to me like there could be an impending new relationship that's about to begin. Something, obviously this is a general reading, so for some people this has already started. For other people this energy is just coming in. You maybe haven't experienced it yet, but I feel like there's a new relationship that's coming into your energy. Something that is maybe long waited for. I feel for some of you, you could have been waiting for quite a long time for the right person, for the right energy, for the right frequency, for the right resonant match to show up for you, and it looks like that's what's coming in here. And it's really interesting that you have the World card in the position of the challenge that you face, because the World is the last card of the major arcana, and it describes the end of a cycle, the closing out of something, a culmination, a completion, a closure. It's number 21 from the major arcana. The major arcana is the series of cards numbered 0 through to 21, and they're kind of the more esoteric and spiritual cards from the tarot that are more descriptive of what's happening on a kind of personal development level, whereas the suits, which are the four elements, the cups, the wands, the swords, and the cups, wands, swords, and pentacles, are the four elements. And those cards, which are running in a series from 1 through to 10, and then with the court cards, they kind of describe a little bit more about what's happening in the mundane world for people. So with the world being here in this part of the reading, describing what challenge you face, what I'm feeling here is that for some people watching this reading, that it's actually quite challenging to realize that when for a new relationship to come in, for a new person to show up in your life who is that resonant match that you've been waiting a long time for, what's closing out or what's ending is the cycle of you being single. And for some of you, that's actually something that maybe feel very hard to give up or let go of, especially because you have the Queen of Wands there in that top line as well. Like, I feel like the feminine energy in this reading is really strong. And I feel like that I'm reading primarily for a lot of feminine people watching this, and that your independence and your solo kind of tendencies have been and are very strong. And that's why I see the Queen of Wands here in the reading as like a very strong card coming out. It's like, I get the feeling that even though a relationship might be something that you've wanted for some time, it's also been very fun and cool for you, and more than okay to be single and independent and be on your own flow and do your own thing in your own way, in your own time, with who you want, how you want. And so there's an element of challenge showing up here as far as a new connection which is emerging, because it might mean for some of you that you might feel like you have to give up some of your independence or some of your the time and space that you have so well learned how to utilize for yourself, for your own fun, for your own joy, for your own benefit, for your own development, for your own gain. And so there's a bit of an element in this reading of feeling a little bit reluctant almost, even though it may be something that you've called in and something that you want. So I love this bottom line. I'll get to it in a second, but I want to just talk about the Queen of Wands for a second. So she's in the part of the reading that says what resources you can use. So in a way, it's kind of like advice about what action to take. So how I'm going to read, what's jumping out to me about this card right now in this position is that the Queen of Wands is looking away. She's looking in that direction. And it's over here where this person is, where this energy here is of something new. So it's almost like I get the feeling that for some of you, this person that is emerging, this other person, this other entity that is resonating with you, that is kind of matching your frequency quite well, it's probably someone that's actually already been in your environment, been in your periphery for a while, and you just haven't noticed. You're too busy being in your own energy, being in your own fun, having your own time and space, doing your own thing. Independent, creative, enigmatic, I would even say, iconic, magnetic. Like, that's the Queen of Wands. That's the energy that you have, and that is the energy that you're channeling. But as far as this person here that's emerging into your world, you might not even recognize or realize that they've been kind of keeping an eye on you for a while and are very interested, because you're too much into doing your own thing. I see that in this World card as well. In this particular version of the World card, you have this, again, a feminine entity in the middle. She's looking very independent. She's looking very solid, really strong, very capable, has achieved a lot already and is still doing so much more, has a lot yet to achieve, but is very much accomplished and adept in life in a lot of different ways, just like the Queen of Wands is. The Queen of Wands is entrepreneurial, passionate, creative, intuitive, fun, charismatic. So these are all the qualities that you have. Now, coming back to what the point of the Queen of Wands in this reading is, that her position here is what resources you can use. So I would say, in terms of the reading that we're looking at right now, I feel like I need to tell you to channel this Queen of Wands energy and like give it in the direction of the person that's there, because they're interested and they might be a little bit shy. And once you actually tune into the fact that they are in fact interested in you and are paying attention to you and have tuned into you and have been tuned into you for quite a while, you might actually realize that it is in fact something that is of interest to you and that you might actually want to pursue. But you need to let them know that you can see them too. That's the point. You need to let them know that you can see them too. So you need to turn your attention this way. Right now you're over here, but this person is over here, and you kind of need to let them know that you can see them too. Now, bottom line here, we have what are the hidden forces and what is the potential outcome. As I said, sun and moon energy. So masculine and feminine is very strong. The feminine is a little bit more dominant in this reading with this World card, the Queen of Wands, and the moon energy. And I feel like that is describing you, regardless of whatever your gender is. I feel like the powerful feminine cards that are in this reading are describing the Taurus person that I'm reading for, regardless of what your gender is. Now, and the sun energy for me is describing the person that is coming towards you, right? But it's a very multi-layered interpretation that I'm going to give here, because the sun card in this reading is describing happiness, fulfillment, satisfaction, success, victory, accomplishment. Now, look at the image here in this card. Can you see this? There's these two people here walking off. I feel like this card in particular is describing a very happy and very resonant match, like a partnership. And again, okay, this doesn't have to be necessarily a romantic partnership, all right? Let's just get that out of the way, even though it can be with the Two of Cups. This could be any kind of partnership that is emerging now, where the person who is newly showing up or is around that you've just noticed is someone that you can connect with on a deeper level in whatever way that is, whether that's in friendship, in personal development, in romance, in business, in creative collaboration, and the outcome will be very good. That's what the sun is saying. It's giving a green light and thumbs up to this energy, to this connection. Now, the moon is feminine energy. It's intuition. It can be also hidden things and secret things. So it's actually, this card is in the reading in the position of what are the hidden forces. So how I would interpret that is, well, a few things. In this way, I would say, again, like maybe you've been so much in your own energy that you haven't even really been aware of what's kind of going on around you. And I would also say in that sort of, let me just collect the right words here. I want to get this correct. What I'm feeling is that because the moon is in reverse in the position of what are the hidden forces, it's almost like you've been invisible. Whether that's been deliberate or not, you maybe have shrouded your energy so that you're not perceptible to a lot of people, in a deliberate attempt to kind of cultivate and curate your experience in the way that you want it, so that you're only kind of interacting with the people that you choose. And I'm totally in that. I'm a Taurus, by the way, and I do feel like this reading could be for me as well. But what I'm saying here with the moon in reverse is that maybe your feminine energy, or your strength, or your creative energy, your impulses, your subconscious desires as well, maybe have been things that you've hidden from yourself as much as maybe you've hidden from other people. So all that just to say that with the moon and the sun coming out here together, obviously there's a masculine and feminine alignment happening here. It's simply I would say a description of the two people that you see in this card here, and how that looks like on a more esoteric or like more energetic level. It's like the sun and moon kind of coming together. Let's take a look at this rune, because it's a really important part of the reading. So it says here, Wunjo is the name of this rune, Wunjo. And it says here, joy, comfort, pleasure, fellowship, harmony, prosperity, ecstasy, glory, spiritual reward, success, recognition of worth. Now, as I said in the beginning, it did kind of come out in reverse, but I feel like it got flipped over in my hand. So I actually think that the upright position is correct for this reading. But I am going to read it in the reverse position for you, so that you can have that as well in case it's relevant for you. It says here, stultification, sorrow, strife, alienation, delirium, intoxication, possession by higher forces, impractical enthusiasm. So I don't feel like that's actually relevant for this reading, but I just choose to read that out in case anyone wants to know what the reverse meaning is. So in summary here, I feel that there is a new period of time being ushered in here for Taurus people, or anyone who's watching this reading. You could be reading this, you could be watching this reading if the person that you're kind of keeping an eye on is a Taurus. And you might be the person here that I'm describing here as someone who might be around and in this person's periphery, but not actually evident or visible to that person yet. So yeah, I feel like there could be a new energy coming in towards Taurus, an offer of love, or an offer of collaboration, or an offer of receptivity, some kind of connection coming in that could be very successful, that has the potential to allow for a lot of expression, a lot of experience, a lot of sharing, a lot of joy, fun, creativity, even abundance, success, physical success, emotional success. But more importantly, I feel like with the sun and moon coming out here, this is something which is speaking to me directly to a connection which has the profound capacity to heal and to evolve and to transcend. That's more what I'm picking up here, and why it feels so exciting. This energy feels really exciting and very dramatic, but in a good way, right? The sun and moon here, it's like two celestial bodies coming together, two cosmic forces are coming together, and in tandem with each other, with their clear differences and oppositions and polarities, they're actually able to create a very fine balance and a resonant match of equanimity, of receptivity, of harmony, and of balance. So this is really exciting, super beautiful. It's been an absolute pleasure to give this reading. I hope you found it helpful. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next reading. Bye for now.